All right, welcome. Today is a good day, sunny outside. We up here at Diggin In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast, the Hooker and Mac Show. First and foremost, we were supposed to have drug beats, but due to some other technical difficulties, we're going to postpone that to hopefully next Saturday. So thank you for those who had subscribed to our Instagram page as well as our Facebook page upon the flyer that was made. We're still going to keep rolling. This episode is Sample Saturdays. Also, October 31st, you got your little trick-or-treat candies or your costumes. And Dre, you got a costume, man.
You know what? I was seriously thinking about going as Teddy Riley's hype man.
Really? What about Melvin Riley, man? Why you can't be Melvin Riley?
No, because I got to do a skit with him soon, so I got to postpone him.
You ain't going to bring Melvin Riley out today on the show?
I don't know. I might. I don't think I brought the weed, but I might. I don't know.
Come on, man. We got to see that character, man. You was already here in the show a couple of weeks ago.
Listen, man. Welvin is a busy dude, man. You know how you do.
Really? Did they kick you out the group, man, or did you just quit the group? The fans want to know.
Basically, they kicked him out the group because he was short. Because, you know, all the singers back in the day, they was all tall. Except for Prince, you know what I'm saying?
So you was short like George Jefferson?
No, I got George Jefferson. I got about 2 more inches on him. I'm a little taller than George.
You know what's funny, man? I was trolling the Instagram, and they take a wild guess who got an Instagram page. Webster.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because somebody posted him in the shade room. They was clowning him. I was like, dang. Because I can't believe he's about 50?
Yeah, he was like an old little miniature man.
That's crazy. But hey, while you tripping though, Webster was that dude back in the 80s.
Did you watch Webster, man?
I watched it because I liked the theme song. But other than that, I really couldn't get into it because I was an Arnold fan. I felt like he was ripping off my boy.
Why you feel like he was ripping off Arnold? All he said is, "What you talking about, Willie?"
What you talking about, Willis?
But Arnold was the original though. He was the original short dude. Come on now.
It was a trip.
It was basically the same character, except Webster wasn't poor. He didn't come in the group poor.
Yeah,
you know
Webster wasn't poor. Yeah.
So they Arnold was in the slums, bro.
Yeah.
Different strokes it takes, different strokes to move the world. Everybody's got a special kind of story.
Yeah.
Had them old project kid. That was dirt. So that's why
that was messed up, man. But it was almost like when I watched A Different World, it was almost like their dad just saved them, like they just came off the street.
True.
But if you think about it, they added life to the show. What do you think about that? Did they really think they added life to the show?
Yeah, because especially with Arnold, because you failed to realize how big Arnold was.
Hey. No wonder he's willing to risk the best years of his life.
You're pretty cute yourself too, Arnold.
Some people say I resemble Billy D. Williams.
You know what I'm saying? When they came out, then when Webster came out, Webster went to the Grammys with Michael Jackson, dog.
Oh, he did?
Well, Michael Jackson had the Captain Crunch outfit on, dude, with the shoulder pads and everything.
Oh, we gotta find
Webster
that.
was sitting there chilling, bro, with Mike and Brooke Shields.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wow.
I'm saying, man, come on.
See, we going way back. What was that?
That was the
what?
The
90s,
Grammys.
80s?
No, that was the 80s.
That was the 80s.
That
Wow.
was 80. I think about 87, maybe 88 Grammys. This is right after Mike had burned his hair.
Oh yeah, on the commercial.
Yeah.
Did you see that? That was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nuts. Never had a jerk.
See, I had a jerk curl and a flat top, man. Just to.
I mean, I never had.
I
had my box.
I had the flat top with the little cut right there. Boy, I thought I was.
Oh, see, man, mine was killing your stuff because I had the high top fade. Mine had, plus, you know what I'm saying, my birthmark is my gray hair. People think, you know what I'm saying, oh, you old. No. So my box was high, but I had the gray at the top. So everybody thought I had dye, so I used to crush that joint.
Really? Wow.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Dang, we going back in the day for our viewers. But anyway, first and foremost, go out and vote. Please go out and vote, because we got to get this knucklehead. He got to go. You got to get this knucklehead. But it's important that you vote. Trump he's got to get out of here.
It's crazy how Trump changed after all them years. If you go back and do your history in hip hop, you know how many rappers have actually mentioned this dude's name.
Really? Can you name some?
Let's see, Jay-Z.
I'm at the Trump International, ask for me.
Snoop, Redman.
got spunk. I'm well known like Donald Trump.
The Wu-Tang Clan. Like, you can go on and on. Run DMC. Like, a lot of people mention his name because, like, when he came, when Trump got his stuff started, like, he was the man. Everybody wanted to be like him because he knew the business. Yeah. And then he was cool with everybody. You go back to dig up some of the pictures, man. This dude got pictures with everybody that was black. Then all of a sudden he get in the White House. He a redneck out of the blue. That's crazy.
Dang, you call him a redneck. We got a segment on here called the 401, and then we got a segment called the scenario. So the 401 is that in recent news, Ice Cube is quoted as working with the Trump administration on a platinum package. But he said his package is a contract with black people. In other words,
it was.
So what do you know? What do you know about that?
Basically, from what he was saying, because like nobody was giving him, letting him talk. Everybody was straight. When I woke up, they were straight bashing him out the gate. They're like, "Oh, Q did this, Q did that." First of all, y'all know the most gangsters rapper ever met with the president. Eazy-E went to the White House and he met with Ronald Reagan.
Really? We got to find a clip of that.
Yes, he met with Ronald Reagan. What Cube was trying to do, he wants to know what their plan is for the black community. Okay. Period. Okay. Both sides. He wanted to hear, because it wouldn't be fair. You just go in and be like, boom, I'm just going to hear Joe's side. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He wants to hear both sides. You know what I'm saying? To see who got the better plan.
Okay.
And so what it was, Joe's side didn't. They claimed that they tried to get in touch with him, but he said they didn't. So he went with the first one. He went with Trump then, but Trump never scheduled the interview. He never got to actually go down and sit down and talk to him like Kanye did, like Steve Harvey did.
Yeah, we know Kanye did.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the chance to meet with him, but they just took it and they ran with it, just like they do with everything on social media. It's the same thing that Jay-Z did with the NFL. Okay. Remember, they was there by talking about protest, banned it, we don't need to be with the NFL. What happens? Jay-Z went in there, he talked to the dude, and now everything is falling in place like it's supposed to.
I think we passed kneeling. I think it's time to go into actionable items.
I just hate, the only thing I hate about this, dislike about this, they put someone like a Jay-Z or someone like a Ice Cube in front of there as that they're the voice for black people.
Exactly, and then out the gate, Cube was gonna catch it anyway, because you gotta look at it. This man came out with the song. You know what I'm saying? The song of all songs about the police.
Oh,
you know
yeah, he certainly did.
Exactly.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown.
And so now they making it seem like he changing, and he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's really trying to look out, man, and they just took it and ran with it, and I hate the way they did it.
That was the 411 now. Here's a scenario, Dre. So, being that you're Melvin Raleigh, you do all these skits, I'm going to give you the scenario and you let me know. Is it a good scenario or is it a bad scenario? A couple of months ago, Lupe Fiasco quoted as saying that he can rap better than Kendrick Lamar. Let me finish Lupe Fiasco. We know him from Kick Push with the skateboard, right?
Kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push.
Yeah, true.
And we know Kendrick Lamar
that was his album release, the first album.
What is it? One of the damn album from Kendrick Lamar.
My accountant lives, in fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst.
So, in that scenario, was he right or was he wrong?
It depends. Now, if it's mixtape Lupe, he might get Kendrick. I'm sorry, because that dude was nasty. But the thing is, they changed him, because if I'm not mistaken, his father was like, wasn't his father like a Black Panther or a Muslim, something like that. Okay, so then on top of that, Lupe, he stopped rapping because he became a ninja, basically, because all he doing now on Instagram is doing the nunchucks and so, he know karate and all that stuff, right?
Right.
But bar for bar, though, golly, that would be a good one.
What, Kendrick Lamar and Lupe Fiasco?
I think Lupe might get him, because you gotta remember, Lupe put the challenge out. He challenged Mos Def, and then when Mos Def put the challenge out, Mos Def said him, Black Thought, Pharaoh Munch, and Talib Kweli would battle anybody and crush him.
Me, Black Thought, and King Los versus anybody, everybody, battle anybody. I don't care who you tell.
Really?
And then Lupe said, okay, me, Chino XL, and then he said Rhyme Fest and somebody else, so they'll take the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been a good one, because people don't know Rhyme Fest is the only man in history to beat Eminem in a battle, and he did it twice.
The other part of that scenario is Lupe Fiasco came back and was reported for TMZ that, and this on the internet, that he apologized for underestimating Kendrick Lamar's bars.
In my own words, once again for you, I love me some K-Dot. Always have, always will, he wrote. With that said, do I think he's a good lyricist? Yes. Do I think he's the best lyricist? No. Do I think it's lyricists that are better than him? Yes. Is he a better artist than me? Yes.
He came out and apologized. He should have thought about it first before he...
He probably didn't listen to the album, because if you go back and listen to Pimp a Butterfly, man, that album, the things that he was saying, if you ask me, that was like the West Coast version of Public Enemy, without, you know what I'm saying, without it being straightforward. But he was talking about political stuff on that joint. That album was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of his albums, I mean, when
but
I
his
first
best
heard
one to me is the one that he did before he signed with Dre, when he was on the label with Tech Nine.
Yeah.
That one is a sleeper. That album was crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, we on here sample Saturdays, and before we get into it, we got my man Dre, a good friend of mine. We've been knowing each other for a while, but I've learned a lot from you as far as sample. You know, you like a sample junkie. I can call him any time of the day, even if he's at work. Hey Dre, I heard this sample. So let's talk a little bit about you growing up. Just tell our viewers where you're from, where you grew up at, and and just to get in the introduction before I start asking you about music.
Well, I'm from a small little town, probably about 15, 20 minutes away from here. It's called Madison, North Carolina. I was raised on a farm. Like
On a
people
farm?
don't.
Wow.
Yes, my grandfather had a farm. He had me in tobacco fields when I was like 6. No, we had everything, bro.
What y'all have out there? Pigs,
roosters, we had it all out there. And I had to go out there and get them eggs out of there. He put all this to work.
Did you eat them on it? Did you do the farm fresh, like farm to table?
Yeah, farm fresh food. You know what I'm saying? People eat. The only thing I didn't do was the milk.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't food with the milk, but like fresh eggs and fresh sausage and stuff. Yeah, that's
fresh eggs and sausage. As far as when you was growing up in middle school, high school, what was some of the stuff that you were involved in, and what was the first rap song or music that you heard that said, I got a good ear for music as a kid?
Man, the first hip hop song I've ever heard was Nucleus. They had this song called Push the Button.
Push the button.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
This is before they came out with Jam on It.
Jam on it.
I was sitting there and I was like, this is when 97, people don't remember this is when 97.1 used to play hip hop all the time. But they world premiered that song, and I was sitting there. It was like, I remember like it was Christmas, and I had just got this boom box that my mom had got me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we sitting there on the bed. I'm used to listening to 97 because 102 and all that wasn't out. So I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna probably play some Michael Jackson or whatever, some black R&B. When they came out, we pushed the button and the beat came on, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, this is crazy. And then after that, they came out with Jam on It. So we was like, okay, this is crazy. So this when we started listening to that. And then, even though it wasn't hip hop, Paul Hardcastle, he came out with Rainforest.
Oh wow. Wow.
So we used to break dance off of that joint. That's how I caught the
I was going to ask you that. Was you a break dancer?
Yes, that's how I caught 2 stitches in my eyebrow.
Okay.
I was doing my backspin.
So what was your specialty? Was you a pop locker or backspin?
Oh, I could do both, but my dang on. My up rock was crazy. Like when I used to dang on, like popping didn't come around till after breaking came out. Basically, you know what I'm saying? We was just like straight b-boy. Like we was Beat Street. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. So me and my cousin was in my grandma's kitchen because she had the biggest kitchen ever. So we was in there practicing. We was practicing our breakdance moves. We about to go back with these dudes, right? So I went down and I was doing my up rock. I'm killing it. So I went to do my backspin and I spun it too far. Bip! Hit the table. I got up, like I did something. I'm like, yeah, blood just running down my face. Man, my grandma about to kill me. She had to take me to the hospital to get stitches. I had to get 2 stitches right there and everything. And then after I did that, we went to battle the dudes like 2 days later. And so, you know, back then you do your backspin, all that. We wasn't using cardboard. We was using, we was at concrete. So I went back down and did it again, and I went to do my egg roll again. It came out, missed the none, got the stitches again, hooked them, popped up again.
Backspin, egg roll, pop lock.
Yeah, I got b-boy scars, bro. Back, knees. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Did you have a name?
You really don't want to know?
Yeah. The listeners want to know.
Yeah, my hip hop name. It was funny because this is before they came out. Mine was damn Smooth B. Because it was my nickname. My nickname started with a B, and so everybody was like, "Yo, man, you so smooth when you dance." I was like, "Smooth B. That's gonna be it."
So, what do you think the best breakdancing movie that was ever made?
I don't know, man, because you gotta look at it. Wild Style was nasty, but that wasn't the first one. The first one was Style Wars. Style Wars was about graffiti and breaking and all of that. But man. Yeah, I gotta say Beat Street because for one they had the original breakdancers in there.
Yeah.
New York City Breakers. New York City Breakers was in there, and you know what I'm saying, the legendaries, the best breakers of all time.
Yeah, Beat Street was classic. Who was that? Crazy Legs.
Crazy Legs, yeah.
When did you really start seriously listening to music for samples?
This I can tell you how they started too, because basically when I really got into hip hop, right, this is when Run DMC came out then. Full blast, rock box and all of that. Alright. My dad was DJing at this club down there where we was at. He would DJ sometimes at the 11 and these other little spots we had, right? So my uncle was in the army and he was DJing in Hawaii when he was stationed over there. So most of the records that they were playing, they was already sampling. Like, especially like James Brown, the Funky Drummer. That song has got to be one of the most sampled hip hop songs ever. James Brown got so mad at them sampling it, he used the name. He wrote a song about it. Static.
Wow.
If you go back and listen to even though Full Force helped him with it, he was basically taking jabs at the rappers because they had sampled the stuff and they wasn't paying it.
So when you think about sampling, when you think about Benny the Butcher, what do you think it is about them sampling the unknown type of samples?
You know what? To tell you the truth, I really love it because they not sounding the same. Like if you turn on the radio right now, I guarantee you the first 5 songs, all of them gonna sound the same. Okay. The same, it's gonna be the same beat with that drum with the. It's all gonna sound the same. Mm-hmm. And then they all using auto tune. With them, especially with Westside Gunn, because like. It amazes me that he basically tapping in. A lot of people don't know he tapping into like Q-Tip.
Hey yo, Jiggle County sun shooting out the porch roof.
What is something you think? What is an album or an old school artist that you think that hasn't been sampled as much, but that should be sampled?
I would say Luther. But Luther has been sampled so much people won't even notice it. Mm-hmm. Like Ninth Wonder just used that with the GQ joint, and that was crazy. And then Janet Jackson, she got some heat that you can sample and make some stuff out of. Yeah. Wow. I can't say Michael because Michael Jackson been sampled so many times.
He's been sampled so many times.
him and Prince. I don't know. That's a good one. I know there's a lot of people trying to use New Edition here lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because some of their stuff has been used. Like Bow Wow used it with him and Sierra. They used the New Edition. Is on their third album, the one that came out before the Any Heartbreak album.
I ain't never had nobody show me all the things that you done show me in a special way. I feel when you're homie. We don't.
That track was crazy the way they used it. But that was dope.
Okay. Let's talk about some of these albums, and then we'll get into some of the skits that you do before we sign off here. So, just pick any of those albums and just give us a vision, a snapshot of what those albums meant.
This one right here. Once again, I had some fresh D batteries in my in my boombox, and when this joint right here came out, first of all, we was already a Frankie Beverly and Maze fan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When he used the song, Before I Let Go, on Use Me on this song right here. Oh. And then what he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, about the girls or whatever, man. We played, this is a hood classic. You just don't know. I know we played this joint like forever. And then the song was so dope. 97 used to play this.
Really?
I'm telling you,
Wow.
They used to play this on a
I always thought that Steady B, I'm Serious. That was my. That
was a good one too. But this album right here, to me, that's his best one.
Okay, so keep going. Let's
This one right here. This is the story too. High school. All right, we had a bomb threat. At Michael High School, we had a bomb threat. So this was like 10 o'clock in the morning. You couldn't make this day even better because everybody waiting to go get this album. We had to wait out of school. So when they called in the bomb threat, all of us jumped in the car and we went to eat. Went to the mall. We picked up this tape and then we went to Moorhead and ate lunch. We acted like we were the students and went and ate lunch. Man, this album right here is like, because the first album they did, it was good. You know what I'm saying? It was straight. Mm-hmm. But this one is a certified classic.
Which song on there in particular that you think is... You said Ghetto Gold with this album.
To me, this one right here, first of all, the intro track, when it comes on, you know what I'm saying? The Step Into Arena, period.
The DJ's name is Premier, and I'm the goon.
That mug, the way Premier used that sample, and then like it was like the whole album is full of jazz samples. And then this album we used to call this Jeep music. Like you had like a killer system in your Jeep or whatever. This joint used to hit because like Who's Gonna Take the Weight? That's like one of the best bass lines.
Oh yeah,
ever.
Who's Gonna Take the Weight is classic.
And for my people out there, I got a question. Can we be the sole controllers of our fate now? Who's gonna take the weight?
That song, I don't care what you did. If you did a booming system contest, what we used to call them like car speakers or whatever, play that song, and I guarantee you're gonna win.
Okay, again, another classic album, Gang Starr. So go to the next one.
I gotta get my favorite rapper of all time.
You sure about that? Is he the teacher? Let me ask you this before you talk about that album. As far as the verses, who's better, KRS-One or LL Cool J?
KRS-One. That's a no-brainer. LL talks about the same thing. All he want to do is make music for the women. Not no disrespect, but he's not the teacher. This dude got the temple of hip hop.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He got the temple of hip hop. You go to New York, he got the temple. He breaks down all 5 elements. He's teaching you everything that you need to know.
Wow.
And he's the only MC that has never changed his style. He's always been political.
Okay.
And just like you gotta listen to his lyrics.
So, what song you like on that album? Was by all means necessary, I might add.
My Philosophy, that's one of my favorite songs that he ever did.
I walk with my head up. When I hear whack rhymes, I get fed up. Rap is like a setup. A lot of games. A lot of suckers with colorful names.
Because basically he was breaking it down. That's going to be one of the coldest pieces ever. But still number 1 is my favorite song by him of all time because the old school rappers were mad at him because he came out and they was talking about he don't need to be doing all of this uplifting and all this other mess, and then he just went out and he dissed every last one of them. He took out Melly Mel, man, and Melly Mel was like untouchable back then. Like, couldn't nobody battle him. He shut him up.
You go ahead and pick one more out of all three.
I gotta go with this one.
Okay.
Because this is a classic.
He breathing hard, y'all.
This right here, April the 2nd, 93. Wow. Because when this album came out, you gotta realize this was their first full-length album. Yeah. They had only dropped the EP, and it was like 6 songs on it. Like you just played American, you know what I'm saying, the Creator. Yeah. All right, if you can find that album with the Creator on it, it's like 2 different mixes on there, but they put the remix on this.
Okay.
And for this right here to come out, I remember when it dropped, and everybody was like, "Man, we ain't gonna get it, man. P Rock don't be Drew." Nah, this wind up being a classic.
Before we sign off, talk about the skits that you do. I mean, they're really funny. I mean,
yeah.
Is that your comedic side to you?
Basically, yeah. Cause like, I wanted to be a rapper. I ain't gonna front. So one day, I was sitting there and me and my cousin Will, we was talking, and he was like, "Man, I don't know why you just don't do comedy. Like, you the funniest person out of the family." I was like, "Man, whatever." Like, we just sitting there. You was like, me, when it comes to me and Will and my cousin Terry, like, we the 3 dummies out of the group. Like, when we see each other, it ain't no, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, there ain't no greeting and none of that. We cracking. No, so when we see each other, like, "Man, you ugly." Like, out the gate, we just come out and just start just dissing each other. After 15, 20 minutes of that, then we be like, "Hey, man, how your day? You all right?" Stuff like that. So they was like, "You should do it." So one day, I had went to Wilmington. I went down there to chill with my homeboys. So I was like, "Okay, I'm going to Wilmington. Sit down here at the beach." And so my expectations of Wilmington, everybody always told me, "Oh, it's racist. It's never a bunch of old people down there." Bruh. Wilmington, North Carolina's off the hook. So it was this club down there, and it was like open mic, and they was like, "Man, you should go in there and just do it one night. Just do it one night." So I went down there and I was like, "Bump it. I get on the stage. I do it. Ain't nothing." So I just freestyled a whole comedy set, and I just had people in there just dying laughing. But the thing was, everything I was saying, I was telling the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stories that happened to me. Mm-hmm. And it went from that, and I just started doing it. And then me and Will got together and we wrote a couple of sketches. You know what I'm saying? You see them on YouTube.
What the hell are you doing here? Well, you know, I gotta call him Jay sometime. Anyway, what the hell you doing? Ain't nobody gonna understand you.
You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of them on my page, on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, them emojis, you be having me dying. So, especially the one with the girl got mad at you or something like that.
I came up with that sitting at the house because I had back surgery or whatever. And I couldn't work, so I was like, I can't be sitting around here looking crazy, pouting or whatever, being sad. I said, I'm gonna come up with emoji girlfriend. So I took the iPhone. This was Snapchat that first came out. So I took the dang on Snapchat filter and I took the emoji part and I blew it up and made it seem like it was my girlfriend. So I'm driving down the road in the car, and sometimes you be in the car with your loved one or whatever. You want to float, sit there and pick on them or whatever. You try to get a kiss. So I posted a picture of me kissing this emoji in the car. And it went from that, and then this thing you know, I just said, "Bump it. I'm going to just come up with a whole character, and I'm going to call it Takesha Jenkins."
We need to talk, because as of late, you have really been showing your ass, and I don't particularly like it. And you going to have this conversation right now.
Man, you better go on here with that foolishness, man. I'm a grown man. I can do what I want to. Ain't nobody in no relationship with you, and you cheated. And the baby ain't mine. It blew up. Next thing I know, everybody was like, "Man, you was crazy for that woman. I can't believe you did it." And then I created a fake page, got her a fake Facebook page, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what I do, I be like, okay, I log into that one and I post on my Facebook wall and be like, "You sorry, this, that, and the thing. Like, you done got me pregnant or whatever." And then it's like, I got to be the first dude in the world to ever have a emoji girlfriend and got her pregnant. So I just sitting there coming up with dumb stuff like that. And then the whole thing with Will and Riley, basically, I listened to Ready for the World. at the house once again, bored, couldn't work because of my back. And so I was like, man, what if I come up with an R&B singer that got kicked out of the group for being short? Just see how it was going to run. And so I was like, okay, Melvin Riley. And I was like, okay, because the lead singer of Ready for the World is called Melvin Riley. So I was like, okay, he was like 6'6", like he tall. I said, okay, they kicked me out of the group because I was short and he was hating.
Called y'all, man, because y'all know I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. And I done got myself in a little bit of trouble, man. With
And you, why the hell you want my expertise?
Here's why. Well, I'm a comedian and I got myself in trouble. I got to do this rap battle with an actual rapper. And
You ain't no rapper. Oh, they should be in a damn boxing ring or something. It's really pissing me off.
The crew that I'm with, we decided to turn it into a character, and so it went from that to that.
Melvin Riley. With the wig.
And then I'm working on this other one too. It's called the Angry Background Singer.
Wow, what's that gonna be about?
So basically, you know my cousin Will. You know what I'm saying? He light skinned, so he old pretty boy. Shout out to my cousin Will. Check him out on Netflix. He got a movie. So basically, he gonna be the lead singer. So you remember the part of the 5 Heartbeats when it was him and JT was arguing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like it's gonna be me and 2 girls on the side. We're gonna be background singers. He gonna be up there like supposed to be like this R&B dude. I'm gonna be the whole time while he's singing. All you gonna do is you gonna hear me talking junk. And I'm just gonna be bashing him the whole time. Then I'm gonna go up and just take the microphone and just go with it.
Wow. Who's one of your favorite comedians out from either past or present? Because I don't like Kevin. I'm sorry, I don't like Kevin Hart. So.
I mean, I like Kevin Hart. What gets me about Kevin?
You gotta have a top 5. Like Chris Rock movie, you gotta have a top 5.
Oh yeah, I got a top 5.
Okay,
number
top 5?
Number one out the gate. That's Bernie Mac.
I'm gonna kill one of them kids. Oh, don't get me wrong. I love them. They my blood. I give them the shirt off my back. You ever see a chicken with his neck wrong, laying to the side all lazy and weak? That's what I'm gonna do to them kids. Talk back to me one more time. Snap! I'm gonna snap their neck off.
Yeah, that's my dude.
I ain't scared of you.
That's my dude, Richard Pryor.
You want a little cosímero, man? Hey, Paulo, fix him a little manozada. Put some struzzi on, huh? Fry it up. They like fried foods.
My sleeper, a lot of people don't know nothing about him, but Robin Harris is like one of the funniest dudes ever. Even though he just don't say people know him for House Party or whatever, but you gotta listen to some of his tapes.
Saw a woman in the back with her hair braided, just like my wife. Hair braided up so tight she can't even close her eyes when she go to sleep. In the bed sleeping, eyes wide open.
That dude,
he funny.
That dude was hilarious. And then Eddie, of course. I gotta put Eddie in there.
You gonna miss that boy golden years.
I gotta put
Hercules.
My 5th one, I gotta say, my man, I gotta go with Red Fox. I'm sorry.
You ever get drunk and go home and sit on the toilet and throw up in the face bowl? Hey, you thought no one knew, did you? I've been drunk in that. I sat in the face bowl and threw up in the toilet.
But don't get twisted though. It ain't just like all black comedians, cause like Jeff Foxworthy, that's my dude. There might be a redneck man. That dude is hilarious.
Shoot, I like Larry the Cable Guy.
I like him too, and of course, you know what I'm saying. What's my man to do the? He got the puppet. He do Peanut. Oh God, I went to see him when he came here in Greensboro, man.
You know who comedian? You know the dude that played the dude that got beat up in Friday? Holy Moly Donut Shop. He a comedian. He funny too.
This is a Holy Moly Donut Shop, huh? Say to the guys, Holy Moly Donut Shop.
Holy Moly Donut Shop.
I ain't never noticed.
Yeah, you watch some. He's funny too. When I think about Fred Sanford though, he be killing that.
And you know what makes me mad about that? This is part of that
What,
makes
Sanford's
me mad.
son?
Yeah, you know they're doing a new one.
I don't want to see a new one.
But no, I'm about to hit you in the head.
Okay.
All right. First of all, my boo thing, Shania Lathan, I love you, but you should not do this. She doing the show. They got Cedric Entertainers playing Fred G. Sanford.
Is it just like the live version though?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they did the Jeffersons.
But guess who's playing
Lamont. Who?
Dwayne Wade.
Oh my God. No.
And no, it's like,
No,
you
come
ain't
on,
got
man.
no acting skills whatsoever. Like, are you serious? When I seen that, because somebody tagged me in it, I seen it like 2 days ago. Somebody just kept tagging me, and I was like, no.
In the voice of Shaquille O'Neal, stick to basketball.
Something. Yeah, go to be on
Dribble
the
the
basketball
ball on the
conversation,
court.
something.
Don't try to
I was
do
like, even Lamont, you know what I'm saying, he was the idiot on the show, but he was still funny. Like, Dwayne Wade don't got no funny
My favorite
moments.
character was Rollo. He was always into something.
Are you kidding? I got a fancy wine called Beaujolais. All right then. Beaujolais. Well, we just pour it in the river and call it Beaujolippo.
Wow. So this is Digging in the Crates, the hip hop podcast, the Hooker and Mac show. Dre, I want to thank you for stepping in today.
No doubt.
And you know, any you know, you be doing these shirts, man. Any other shirts you thinking about? Can you talk about it real quick for the listeners how you came up with that shirt, that Trump, whatever that statement that Trump made?
Oh, I came up with that. No sooner he said it, no sooner he came out of his mouth. What did he say?
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
I said, okay, I'm going straight to the mall and get the shirt done. I said, don't let that get your ass.
Yeah. So again, we have a October 31st. All things hip hop. I hope you come out. We're looking for artists. We're looking for poetry, DJs, whatever. We're trying to get the kids to do something fun on October 31st. We will try to make sure things are social distance. We'll be doing that. Remember, we win records on Gate City Boulevard. As we sign off, again, Digging in the Crates, hip hop podcast, the Hooker and Mac show, and we out. Peace. The big donkey. This is Shaq. Now Kenny, now Shannon Sharp, where are you at? The boy is, see Skip, back in my day, you know that apple outside? You know, Goat James is the GOAT, Skip. See, he virtuoso. You know, you can't, you gotta have him, Skip. You know, can I interest you in that, Skip? See, Skip, it's antiquated. And then you got your boy, Stephen A. Smith. This is ballistics. He is just crazy. This is asinine.